Yes, sir.
So, Assalamu alaikum to everyone. This is our lecture number 5, this 6th session. Today, this is our second session. In the first session or in the first lecture of today, I gave you assignment about from to the lighthouse, and I first gave you a kind of revision, and then I explained what you have to do. Now I'll give you assignment from this novel, which is which is very interesting. In fact, it was the novel that has given us something very special or knowledge about Indian English relationship of the time when India was under the control of Britain. So today I'll give you assignment from this one as well. I've already explained assignment to you that you will be given 4 assignment, and one assignment will be of 25 marks. So this is how you have to do 4 assignment, and you have to submit those assignment through your email. Through email, I will also give you my email address, and you have complete 1 month. After a month, you will have to do it. Means before 24th of July, you have to submit your assignment, and on the basis of your assignments, you will be given marks, and then your result will be made. So this is how online exams will be conducted. So let me give you a little revision. Of course, you know very well about this novel, A Passage to India. When we study this novel, what do we understand? First, definitely, we get the knowledge of the colonial time. We get the knowledge of the India when British were here and they were ruling, and the relationship which they had with Indians. Indians here means Muslims and Hindus, and says the relationship which they had with Indians. This is something we learned from this novel. So when we study this novel, we find the following themes: the difficulty of English-India friendship. So this is probably the most important theme of the novel, and this is a thing that you will find throughout the novel. नॉवेल को पूरा पढ़ेंगे तो आपको इस नॉवेल में ज़्यादातर जो चीज़ नज़र आएगी वो यही नज़र आएगी that are unable to have they are unable to have proper relationship with each other. There are many factors, the factors which are there and the factors which are not allowing them to have or to develop relationship we have already discussed. You'll find definitely over there another very important thing: the unity of all living things. All living things are need some basic things. All living things need something that are common to all. Muddle of India. This is another theme you can find when you study, and the negligence of British colonial government. Of course, that time India was one of the biggest colonies, probably the biggest colony of of Britain. So it was neglected, according to the writer and according to many critics. There was negligence. So what was that negligence? You must have read the novel, and you must have attended the classes. You must have about this thing. Remember, I will give you an assignment. That assignment will carry all these things. You have to include these things in your assignment, whatever we have studied. Not much, but you have to include bit by bit. So themes definitely very important, and you must remember. And if you have any problem regarding themes, so you can ask me later on. Then after themes, symbols. Symbols, as I have already told you, play a very significant role in literature, especially in fiction or novel. Through symbols, we understand many things indirectly. Here you will find caves, symbols. The Marabar Caves, very famous here, and the incidents which take place over there between Dr. Aziz and a British lady. So that is something very exceptional, and this is something where we realize or we understand the relationship between Indians and the English. The green bird, and then there is another insect that is wasps. So these are the symbols you will find here in this novel. So you should also remember them. You can give the reference of the symbols as well in your other questions. The questions which I'll give you, you can write or you can mention things from symbols as well. Then motifs, things which occur again and again. तो जो चीज़ें आप जब आप पढ़ेंगे नॉवेल तो उसमें कुछ चीज़ें आपको बार बार नजर आएंगी, बार बार आपको मिलेंगी, तो उनमें ये दैट इज कॉल्ड मोटिव. सो यू विल फाइंड इको, गूंज जिसे हम कहते हैं. यू विल फाइंड क्योंकि गारों में जब जाते हैं तो देयर इज नो डेफिनेटली ओपनिंग एक्सेप्ट द एग्जिस्ट. So what happens over there? Things, if you even make a noise, it will come back to you again and again. That is called echo, and echo is something that you'll find here in this novel. Eastern and Western architecture, you will see here again and again, and God Ball's song. So motif is also something that you need to study. All these things are interrelated to each other. ये सब एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए होते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये अलग है तो वो अलग सिंबल है, मतलब इनका ताल्लुक कहीं ना कहीं एक दूसरे से होता है. Then you will find uh, characters. So when you study characters, and I hope you must have studied characters, you should be very careful about major characters, because major characters we have to study specially. Otherwise, there are many other characters, but we are not supposed to study all those characters. The characters which have a very important role to play in the novel are important for us. So Dr. Aziz's character is very important, and how does how is his friendship with Fielding, and why does he lose his friendship with Fielding, and then his relationship with the ladies. This is something that you have to understand. And how does Dr. Aziz represent India and as an Indian, and what kind of behavior other these English men have with Dr. Aziz. This is something you have to mention. So Dr. Aziz's character is probably the most important one, and you have to keep it in your mind that you have to mention him as well when you write your answer. Then another very important character, and that is Fielding, who is a very good friend of Dr. Aziz, but later on their relationship, does not have that, you can say, strength which we can see in the beginning. So Fielding's relationship, Fielding's character is also very important from this point of view. Second most important character you can say of the novel is of Fielding's, Miss Adela, and then Mrs. Moore. So when you study characters, or if you have read characters, so you must remember there are some things which are common, and those things which are common you have to mention. You have to mention with reference to the text. Textual reference is very important. If you do not give textual reference, you will not get good marks. As I've told you many times, क्लास में मैंने कई मरतबा बताया है कि हम जो भी लिखते हैं हमें उसका सबूत पेश करना होता है. We have to provide evidence, and evidence is what we study, जो हम study करते हैं. If and definitely right now we have text. ये जो novel होते हैं हमारे पास text होते हैं. So if we feel that there is something new and we want to tell it to our teacher, it's very good, बहुत अच्छी बात है. You have to provide evidence from the text as well. और वो text से अगर आप evidence देंगे तो उसके लिए कोई हवाला देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. But if you give evidence from, or if you give evidence from any other book, then you have to refer to that book as well. You have to mention the reference of the book. जो जितना अच्छा textual reference के साथ करेगा, text के साथ करेगा, definitely he or she will get good marks. एक और चीज़ I would like to tell you that sometimes students try to cheat their teacher by just writing their in their own words. They feel that by using inverted commas, teacher will understand that this is a quotation. So there is nothing like this. This is definitely the age has changed now. Things are very tough. आपके हर जवाब को पढ़ा जाता है, बाकायदा देखा जाता है। अगर आप इन्वर्टेड कॉमास लगा लेंगे और सब बीच में कुछ भी लिख देंगे और ये फील करेंगे कि ये टीचर जो है वो चीट हो जाएगा, so there is nothing like this. So textual reference is important. You have to give reference from the text and you have to mention it properly. उसमें कोई प्लेजरिज्म मत कीजिएगा। ठीक है, आप लोगों के पास बहुत टाइम है, आप लोग कौन सा क्लासरूम में लिखना है, आपने घर में पढ़ना है, पढ़ने के बाद अच्छी तरह से देखना है और टाइप कर सकते हैं आप। यू कैन टाइप एंड थ्रू टाइपिंग यू कैन do all these things. So now you have things very easy. लेकिन अब आपने अपने आंसर को इस तरह से बनाना है कि शुड बी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम ईच अदर। एक और चीज़ है कि डू नॉट शेयर योर आंसर विद एनीबॉडी एल्स। इफ यू शेयर योर कॉपी your answer to with anyone else, so it means that you are losing your marks and you are giving your marks to others. Because when we study, if we find common things, then you'll be in trouble. In your own words. Textual references will not be changed. Definitely, whatever is there, it will remain there. Textual reference वही वैसे के वैसे ही होंगे, but you can write in your own words. लिखने के बाद बार बार चेक करें कि इसमें कोई ग्रामेटिकल एरर्स तो नहीं है, इसमें कोई गलती वलती ऐसी तो नहीं है जो कि नहीं होनी चाहिए. यू कैन चेक इट अगेन एंड अगेन. यू हैव इनफ टाइम, आपके पास अच्छा खासा वक्त है. ठीक है, तो इसको यूटिलाइज करें एंड ट्राई टू इम्प्रेस योर टीचर बाय योर असाइनमेंट. सो कैरेक्टर. After characters, you'll find important quotations. There are some quotations which I have given you, and there are many other quotations which are there in the book, which are important. But some of them I have given you here. You can see in every remark, Aziz found a meaning, but not always the true meaning. And his life, though vivid, was largely a dream. It is a remark which was passed. Fielding did not even, it is about Fielding. Fielding के बारे में, Fielding did not even want to correct Aziz. He had dulled his craving for verbal truth and cared chiefly for truth of mood. As for Miss Quested, she accepted everything Aziz said as true verbally. In her ignorance, she regarded him as India and never surmised that his outlook was limited and his method inaccurate, and that no one is India. So a little disgusting thing over here regarding Aziz. Then you'll find here about Mrs. Moore. It is said about Mrs. Moore felt increasingly vision of or nightmare that though people are important, the relations between them are not, and that in particular too much fuss has been made over marriage. और इसके बाद आखिर में आपके पास अजीज के हवाले से दोबारा your emotions never seem in proportion to their objects. Aziz, his emotion a sack of potatoes, so much the pound to be measured out. Am I a machine? So here this is what being said to Aziz. So there are many other such quotations. When you read the novel, you'll find many such quotations. और आपका दिल करेगा कि इसको भी डालो, उसको भी डालो. तो आप जिसको भी डालेंगे अपने असाइनमेंट में, तो काइंडली उसको देखिएगा कि वो उस पर फिट भी हो रहा हो. अगर वो मिस फिट है तो फिर डालने का फायदा नहीं है. Are you getting me? Misfit means misfit अगर हो रहा है, अगर वो उसको सूट नहीं कर रहा है and you are including in your assignment, so it will definitely you will lose your marks because of unfit type of quotations. तो इस पे आप लोग बहुत ज़्यादा ख्याल कीजिएगा. There are many quotations available in the book which you can use in your assignment, especially quotes from Fielding and quotes from the ladies. You also have to read about the context. Context I have not mentioned here. Context तो आप लोग थोड़ा पढ़ लीजिएगा, so it will also give you a very good idea. याद रखिएगा, पहले तो आप लोगों ने सिर्फ पढ़ा था simply, but now you have to read it from your examination point of view, and this is very important. in the beginning you read because it is a part of your course, but now you have to study it from examination point of view. तो अभी आपको इसको ज़्यादा सीरियसली पढ़ना होगा और फ्रूटफुल वे में पढ़ना होगा. यू हैव एज आई टोल्ड यू दैट कॉन्टेक्स्ट आपके पास जो हैंड आउट होंगे उनमें कॉन्टेक्स्ट भी दिया गया होगा. सो यू शुड नॉट फॉरगेट द कॉन्टेक्स्ट. कॉन्टेक्स्ट को जिस तरह देख लीजिएगा बिकॉज कॉन्टेक्स्ट विल गिव यू many things to understand. Now we have got questions with us. I am giving you two questions. You can see over here. How do you see the relationship between English and Indians through this novel? Write your answer with reference to the text. Again, how do you see the relationship between English and Indians through this novel? Write your answer with reference to the text. So, as I told you, when you read this novel, you will find this is the most dominating theme in the novel. But when you write your answer, so you have to write from different angles, from different point of views, and you have to prove whatever you are writing in your assignment through the text. And that textual reference is very important. अगर आप reference सही नहीं देंगे, or if you do not give reference or you do not give your references properly, so you will not get good marks. This is something that is very very important. उसको आपने बहुत ही प्रॉपर वे में देना होगा और जो आप बता रहे हैं उसी के तहत होना चाहिए. लिखने में तो सवाल आपको इतना मुश्किल नहीं लगेगा, लेकिन आप जब इसे करेंगी और आपने जो असाइनमेंट बनाना है वो कम से कम 2000 वर्ड्स का होना चाहिए. यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर द असाइनमेंट ऑफ एटलीस्ट 2000 वर्ड्स. And this is a question which I have given you, and you have to study it. It's a kind of research, you can say, किस्म का research है which you have to conduct on that particular assignment. ये आपके पास एक research question है जिसका आपने जवाब तलाश करना है. अगर आप कहीं से छाप के दे देंगे, कॉपी करके दे देंगे, तो सब चीज़ें हमारे पास ऑलरेडी मौजूद हैं. I have access to all those things. I know about Google, कहाँ से क्या मिलता है, और I know about other books. So if you find anything from any such sources, so it is very easy to recognize that you have got it. और इसको हम कहते हैं plagiarism. तो उसमें आपको अगर आपने बिल्कुल एक्यूरेट किया होगा तो पासिंग मार्क्स ज़्यादा मिलेंगे नहीं. So if you write on your own and if you write after making efforts, those things definitely will give you, good marks. Then you have, what do Adela and Mrs. Moore learn from their visit to India? How is the relationship with Dr. Aziz in the novel? So Adela and Mrs. Moore, their visit to India means what do they learn from their experience and from their stay in India? This is you have to mention. How is their relationship with Dr. Aziz in the novel? और डॉक्टर अजीज का उनसे क्या ऐसा रिलेशनशिप है इसके बारे में आपने बताना होगा. एंड अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू फॉर दिस यू हैव टू स्टडी ऑल. ये ना हो कि आप एक आध चीज़ पढ़ने के बाद फटाफट जल्दी में आप काम करें. आपने अपना असाइनमेंट यू हैव टू स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर योर असाइनमेंट, प्रिपरेशन ऑफ योर असाइनमेंट फ्रॉम टुडे. एज आई टोल्ड यू व्हेन आई गिव योर फर्स्ट असाइनमेंट कि अभी से आप तैयारी शुरू करेंगे, इट विल बी इजी फॉर यू to do your assignment before the time. क्योंकि अब तो आपके एग्जाम उस तरह के नहीं होंगे जैसा पहले होते थे. This is your exams that you have to start preparation now, and you have to do or then check again and again. बार बार से check कीजिएगा whether you have done properly or not. Read and reread your assignment if you find anything wrong. References should be accurate. Timing should be good. Number of words should be at least 2000. From between 2000 and 2500 words, there should be, your assignment should be between 2000 and 2500 words, but not less than 2000 words. और ये पता कैसे चलेगा when you type? So you'll find over there below there is a taskbar that will tell you about words, that how many words are there in your assignment. With that, with the help of that, you can easily get about the number of words. And that is how you can submit your assignment. Yes, this is what we have about this novel, A Passage to India. And now I'm giving you 10 to 15 minutes, and I would like you people to ask me questions if you have any problems. Yes, if you have any question, you can ask me. Because after today, we will not discuss this again. Our next big target is the new novel that we have to do in our next 4 classes. And I'll tell you about your other 2 assignments next week.
सर लास्ट डेट क्या है सबमिट करने के असाइनमेंट?
Repeat your question, please. अपना क्वेश्चन दोबारा
सर
बताओ.
लास्ट डेट ऑफ सबमिट ऑफ असाइनमेंट?
Last date, I think 24th of July. So try your best. Try your best to submit your assignment uh, before 24th of July. Don't go for 24th of July. ये ना हो कि आप सोचें 24th ही तक 20 जुलाई तक जमा करवा दें. You have complete 1 month.
यस सर.
सर कोट्स और टेक्सचुअल रेफरेंस तो सेम हो सकता है ना स्टूडेंट्स का आपस में?
Actual reference हो सकता है लेकिन when you write, so you will not write in the same way. Textual references definitely can be same, but when you write, you will write in your own words. So this is something where copy can be copy is possible. This is where plagiarism is also possible. So try your best not to do this thing. Don't show your answer to anyone else. Don't share it with anybody. If you do sharing, this will bring loss for you. माजी में इस तरह हो चुका है कि स्टूडेंट्स ने दोस्ती यारी में शेयर कर दिया और बाद में जब हमने चेक किया तो पता चला यार ये तो एक दूसरे से बिल्कुल मैच कर रहा है, 70% 80% मैच कर रहा है. वर्ड्स की बात कर रहा हूँ. तो पता चला कि वो उन्होंने शेयर किया, बनाया इन्होंने था और दूसरे को दिया था. सो व्हाट हैपेंड दैट दे बोथ गॉट इक्वल मार्क्स और दोनों को एवरेज मार्क्स मिले. इस तरह से माजी में हो चुके हैं. So that's why I'm saying don't have any part friendship in such things.